Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. Here's a verse from the Dhammapada. Natti janang apanyasa panyanatti achayato yam hi janancha panyacha save nibbana santike. There's no wisdom without jhana, meditation. There's no meditation without wisdom. But one who has both meditation and wisdom has truly drawn close to Nibbana. Dear friends, I had expected this evening to be continuing on the theme of equanimity and developing at least a temporary escape from this world of reactions to the five senses as a result of practicing the style of meditation which is leading to peace and calmness. Practicing themes of meditation like the Brahma Viharas and the elements meditation which support the mind letting go of notions that lead to craving, clinging, reactivity, and so forth. It so happens that for some reason, I find that the place where I'm at right now, or this today, is being more on the sensitive side. So my five senses are very sensitive right now, and I'm subject to emotions. So, you know, that the beautiful thing about this Dhamma, and especially about wisdom and insight, especially about mindfulness, and especially about the reflection about the theme, this is not me, this is not mine, this is not myself, is that these wisdom teachings are always the perfect medicine, always applicable, whether one is in a space of being really absorbed in meditation or detached from reactions with the senses, or whether one is in a situation of being connected with people, connected with various circumstances that could cause the worldly winds to rise up. At all times, this meditation on non-self is always relevant, always beneficial, always healing. Every form, whether near or far, internal, external, gross or subtle, past, present, or future, coming to be or not coming to be, all of them should be seen with wisdom as they are. I am not this. This is not me. This is not myself. So this is the reflection, which is can be a constant reflection on the cushion and off the cushion. In the Buddhist teaching about right effort, in such a wonderful and balanced way, there are teachings about working with negative dhammas that might exist or might arise, and also about working with the wholesome positive dhammas that can arise. In this way, because of the nature of Buddhism, a lot of the wholesome dhammas that arise for us are actually an absence. So it could be that right now, right at this minute, you're not angry with anybody. You're not caught up in greed or any of the negative states. They might be not here at the moment. Right now, it could be that the only thing that is really alive for you is taking an interest in the Dhamma, listening to the Dhamma, reflecting and thinking about the teachings that the Buddha taught. And so this is fantastic. It's really a boon. It's a wonderful thing. And because of that, we should remember to notice and rejoice for ourselves during those all of the times when we have those moments of purity and moments of freedom from afflictions. When the thought of kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, and equanimity arises for us in a way which is not just lip service, but really sincere, that it's absolutely the intention that we hold at that moment, then that's a positive, wholesome Dhamma, which is beneficial to us, beneficial to others, beneficial to all. And so at that moment, according to right effort, recognizing either the presence of an active, wholesome Dhamma like that, such as the thought of loving kindness, or noticing the state of freedom, being free from the hindrances. That also is a wholesome state, that state of freedom. So one should seek to nurture those wholesome states, to cultivate them, to allow them to grow, and let them to come to the full maturity of wisdom. Coming to listen to the Dhamma is an excellent merit for us. Sitting down for meditation is an excellent merit for us. Again, these are the things that we should rejoice in. We should strive to be aware and to notice those wholesome Dhammas as being wholesome. These things help to balance the mind and help us to settle the mind, come to that state of calmness, relaxation. And within that calm state, it's possible to find a way of clear seeing, a way of seeing things as they actually are. And with that clear seeing that can arise out of the very calm and spacious state of deep meditation, there's this opportunity to bring mindfulness to the situation. Within meditation, it's really excellent to know exactly where you're at, to know very clearly what's being experienced, to see it as it is. And if we've had the wonderful opportunity to some extent, to whatever extent this is true for you, that you really know that these Dhammas are not personal, not me, not mine, not myself. That then it's even more possible within the stillness of meditation to become even more clear, even more bright, even more integrated with that perception. And that's the perception then that makes the difference between right meditation and wrong meditation. It's that perception, that insight, that makes everything that we can do inside of meditation truly safe and truly beneficial to us. The Buddha said, meditation There's no no true meditation without wisdom. So we need to have both this insight and this meditation. So having given that preliminary suggestion, let's come to an upright and balanced posture and sit for a while in meditation. Becoming aware of the physical body, seated on the chair or the cushion. Finding a balanced posture and a posture that allows the breath to come freely all the way from the belly to the nostrils. So the shoulders are back and the chest is open and the belly is open. Just sitting and breathing naturally. And aware of the touching sensations in the body. Aware of the state of mind. and bringing in the intention to be present, allowing awareness to rest on the breath, the rise and fall of the breath. Very simple, light, but very clear. Bringing the mind to the breath. And whatever comes to mind, a moment with the breath, a sensation, a thought, a feeling. Watching in a very light, gentle, compassionate way. All just rising because of cause and condition. Bringing equanimity from awareness of causation. It arises for a cause, has its moment, and ceases for cause. In the presence of the breath. keeping the mind in the middle. Open awareness to what's arising. And then shifting the intention, bringing in the thought of kindness. Filling the whole mind and body with that thought of loving kindness and spreading in all directions, free from anger, wishing only the happiness and well-being for all as to oneself, inside and outside, saturating the whole space with the thought of kindness. And this feeling may shift. The feeling in the body and the state of mind shifts when bringing in that thought. Breathing in with kindness, breathing out with kindness. bringing the thought of compassion, not harming anyone anywhere. May the suffering be free from suffering. Filling the whole space, inside and outside, the entire body, the entire mind, the entire world, filled everywhere without a gap, with that thought of compassion. Aware of what happens to the body and what happens to the mind, along with that idea of compassion, that thought of compassion, fully aware and mindful. and bringing the thought of appreciative joy, rejoicing in every good quality, inside and outside, everywhere. All good things with appreciation and free of discontent. Letting go of pleasant or unpleasant. Letting go of bliss or grief. Coming to emptiness. Letting that neutral feeling support equanimity for clear seeing, seeing how it is. Wishing all beings to be well, and knowing that all beings experience the results of karma. Wishing our own self to be well, and knowing that we experience the results of karma. Just equanimous. Filling the mind with equanimity. Fill the inside and the outside, and the whole universe with equanimity and peace. filling the whole universe with equanimity in all directions, and with appreciative joy in all directions, with compassion in all directions, with loving kindness in all directions, sensitive to the state of mind and the sensations in the body, aware of the posture. I give a special welcome to Seminary Nyada, who is here. I see your face, and I like to always try to acknowledge those monastics who are present at any given time. Today is the eve of the Uposatha Day for the new moon here in California. I think the exact time is going to be something like 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Is when it's the new moon, right? Full moon.
Full moon, Makapucha, full moon.
It's the full moon. Oh, sorry, I was confused about that. And the full moon reaches the peak of fullness at the same moment all over the entire world. This is one of the interesting facts of astronomy, I guess. So that whether somebody is in India and it's daylight, and California and it's dark, and Europe it's morning, in all those different places all over the whole world, that moment of the fullness of the full moon is the same everywhere, just at that moment. I just like to think about that as a way in which there's a kind of unity in it, isn't it? Do you have something in a paper there?
I think this is about the Maga full moon.
For us in particular, we are interested in the Bhikkhuni Sanghamita, who was the founder of the Bhikkhuni Sangha. What should I say? Mahapajapati. This Puya Day commemorates the appointment of Sariputta and Moggallana, the first two chief disciples of the Buddha. Last time we talked about Asaji, and who was the instrumental. That was the monk who Sariputta met, who gave him a couple of words of instructions. And then this day also commemorates the first Buddhist Council, which was held 3 months after the death of the Buddha. And it marks the day in which the Buddha announced his upcoming parinibbana, which would happen 3 months later at Vesak. And Mahapajapati Gautami announced her upcoming parinibbana, which is happening 8 days later on the following quarter moon, together with 500 bhikkhunis and another 500 companions. So during that 8 days, Mahapajapati continuously taught her disciples. It was like her, just the same way the Buddha did a tour across India, going from town to town, repeating many of his core teachings and giving some of the same teachings again and again, like as if he wanted to establish it so clearly in the minds of the people that they would remember the essential components of the teaching and have it well fixed in their mind, what to remember and what to emphasize. And just the same way as sort of a model of that, Mahapajapati gave those teachings for the following 8 days.
8 days from now, we will commemorate her parinibbana. 8 days from now, on the 20th, we will commemorate her parinibbana.
Right. On a week from Thursday, on the 20th of this month, there's going to be a special program at Dhamma, which will be commemorating the parinibbana of Mahapajapati. And as well, the Sunday and Tuesday programs will have some kind of connection with her. Yeah. Maybe enough for this. Coming back to the theme for today about the integration of meditation and wisdom. Especially the fourth of the Brahma Viharas, the thought or the intention of equanimity, is traditionally said to, it's suggested to bring to mind the thought of causation and to reflect about causation, that one could be equanimous towards all beings without at all giving up our fundamental well-wishing for every single being to obtain the best happiness, to obtain the fullness of liberation and peace. At the same time, there is the recognition that everything that exists is there because of causes and conditions. And with that reflection, it's possible for the mind to be equanimous with the full extent of which things can be imperfect and not yet fully realized, not yet fully accomplished in happiness, not yet fully accomplished in wisdom, and in which all of the afflictions related to the worldly winds, people who are caught up in the householder life, who have to worry about providing for their families and accumulating some wealth to provide a safety of existence for themselves and their loved ones, who have to be so busy and who are perhaps buffeted by a lot of so many diverse kinds of social interactions, with some people being nice and lovely and some people being not so nice, or being foolish in different kinds of ways. And there's just so much of a mixed bag. This situation we have as human beings has got that quality of being a mixture. And so then the insight about causation, that everything that exists is happening because of a cause, gives us the opportunity to settle down and to not be distressed by the imperfection of things. Even to have a very deep kind of, it's almost like an attitude of forgiveness. Avidya pachaya sankhara. Because of ignorance, there arises the volitional formations that brought us into this world. So thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of times in my own continuum, my own karmic continuum, I made so many mistakes. And I did so many other things that were skillful or loving or good. But such a combination of choices that caused this exact situation right here to come to be. And so then you can't hold your breath and make all those previous conditions go away. They don't go away, they're there. But we can settle down, calm down, and say, yes, this is what it is. It's what it is because of conditions. The contemplation about impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and non-self, in a certain kind of way, you could say that you would see impermanence simply by looking at whatever the phenomenon is that comes along, that comes to our awareness, and just make the simple inquiry: is this just staying always the same, or is it changing? And so that's one way of seeing impermanence. But seeing all those phenomena that are coming along in terms of causation is another way of seeing impermanence, of seeing that they're continuously arising and ceasing, depending on the flow of the different conditions that are supporting the things coming into being, supporting their sustained existence for whatever many moments, supporting their cessation as soon as those conditions drop off. And then by seeing that ever-changing flow of impermanence in terms of causation, then also the delusion about the self drops away completely and very easily. And with the dropping away of that delusion about the self, one's ability to release and let go of the sensual craving or sensual aversion. This is the world we're in. But if we see it as some kind of an ideal essence, which is always and forever that way, then we're really trapped. And then how could you let go if we're trapped in that world? But when we see actually that it's just in the flow of conditions, then it becomes possible to release, to let go, to step away, and then to be able to enter into meditation and to let the mind progressively by stages drop away from the craving, aversion, and reactivity connected with the five senses and all of the other khandhas, and to start to experience that freedom and start to experience a glimpse, for whatever the length of the meditation is, the possibility to experience a taste of being away from a world in which one is buffeted by the senses, that peaceful world. And then with wisdom, with faith, and with confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, we might have heard that such an escape is really possible for a human being to obtain as a permanent escape. So whatever we experience within meditation is not just to get a vacation from the troubles of being not in meditation, but instead it's the opportunity to have the way of looking at our day-to-day experience in a completely different way, because we know that the everyday mundane way of seeing and reacting to things is not the only way. There is a different way. There's a better way. The way which is got those dual qualities of the heart, which is really peaceful, really calm, really free from greed and aversion, and clear seeing, capable of wisdom, capable of approaching the destruction of ignorance. So, from what I mentioned at the beginning of the hour and what I mentioned now, this is the reflection I wanted to share with you today, and I hope that some will be willing to share your own thoughts and experience, or possibly ask a question, or if you don't have a question, you might be willing to give a blessing. Okay, I'll call on Richard.
Thank you, Ed. Similar to what you were saying, I think it's very important to understand that one's karma is not like a bag of rocks and diamonds, where we sometimes reach in, pull out a rock, and sometimes reach in, pull out a diamond. We are literally the sum total of all of our karma right now. the state of your mind. That is the sum total of all of your karma right now, all your understanding, all your ideas of being a human being or whatever, all those things. That's what you are right at this moment, the sum total of that karma. And it's because you can change your mind at any time. That's why you can break free. That's why you're not bound to the past. It's because right now, at this very moment, you can completely change the way you view things and see things, and you can leave behind those patterns that have brought you to this specific, experience in this point in time. The Buddha talks about that if your karma was like a set thing, you would just be caught forever because you're trying to burn the old karma off. At the same time, you're making new karma. You'd be caught in like an endless cycle that you could never extract yourself from. So many people have a very wrong idea of what karma is. Karma is not something you got stored up from the past. It is what your mind is right now, how you are viewing reality. And that's why you go from avidya, commonly called ignorance, I prefer incomplete knowledge, to vidya, complete knowledge. And as your knowledge gets more and more complete, you change the way you look at things, and that's how you go up, through the Buddha's gradual training and experience. Anyways, that's my point. But you seem exceedingly happy tonight, especially at the beginning of this talk today. I know as a bhikkhuni, maybe you're not allowed to talk about certain things, but I just got the impression, like, I don't know, like you've had some experience or something that's reverberating in the way you're manifesting yourself at the moment. But
it's very kind of you to say that. Honestly, what happened is I remembered to make the screen of my computer more dim, and that means that all of the wrinkles and remarks are not so visible because I changed the light setting. See, if I increase it like this, then I'm all okay. So thank you for sharing that. And honestly, I have a feeling that there's a poster coming on, or a postcard coming on, that this just what you're saying, that this very moment is the total of all the previous commas, and it's a wonderful thing to remember. I'm going to call on Niyata. Oh, is she still there? I'm so sorry. There you are. Niyata, did you want to speak?
Namaskar. You have a time? I just want to kind of say something about karma. Karma is the act today, or we today is the product of previous life karma. So if you want to go good in the next one, if you think you can go through out of that circle of life, of samsara, so you have to do all the good deed to come back for a good life for the next life. So-called karma. Karma, the act. You're thinking, you talk, you're saying, and what you're doing.
Yeah.
And right now we are living on our own karma from previous life. So now is the moment that we breathing in, we living, is the golden opportunity for you to go good in the next life by lead or bad and make your inner peaceful. That's the way you can develop your soul, your spirit for the next life if you cannot make through samsara. For me, I'm gonna try my best to go out of samsara. How about you?
I think so. That's the reason why we went forth, and I think we ought to use every minute that we have left. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to call on Jo Chiti. Is that the way to pronounce your name?
Yeah, it's Sochi. Thank you so much. It was a lovely meditation. Thank you so much. I have a question about like regrets. Like, how do you deal with past regret, something you can't not change?
Right. Well, Thich Nhat Hanh used to have a saying that if you wish that you could heal the past, you should try to heal the present moment. And by healing the present moment, you heal the past. Now, he was coming from a very deep and profound experience because his entire country, Vietnam, had been so torn up by war, and he had witnessed so much evil, so much brutality, so much suffering, so many victims, and there was like such a desperate need that people who had been through such hardship, whether they were the ones who were doing things unskillful or experiencing us in a victim position, nevertheless, you will be crazy if you can't find out how to take care of it. So, one suggestion I have, my personal experience, is that simply acknowledging that something is painful or something is sad can bring a lot of benefit. It's like when we were little and we didn't know any better. If something bad happened, we didn't really have enough maturity to be able to deal with it. And it's almost as if like those bad things would kill us if we experienced them. And so like when we were little, we might have like run away from acknowledging our mistakes or run away from acknowledging the whatever traumatic things might have happened to us. But now we're not children anymore, we're grown-ups. And I think we might have learned from experience that if we approach each moment with compassion and kindness, that it won't kill us. So we can accept there are these things that are not what I wanted, or that I feel regretful about it. Accepting that reality is a first important step to healing, because we still have the habit of kind of like pushing away and being in denial. So first get out of denial and know the thing that's painful. And then as far as if we've done things that were actually bad behavior, our own bad behavior in the past, our own unskillful behavior in the past, then it's very good to make a determination now that we understand what the consequences are, that from now forward we will undertake not to continue that same kind of unskillful behavior. There's a wonderful sutta about this, and it's given to headmen. And if you think you're trapped by your previous karma, then you never get to the right answer. But the main lesson of karma is to realize, okay, this kind of behavior is harmful to me, harmful to others. So I determine not to continue that behavior. If you have a friend and you mention your resolution to your friend, that also helps. Now, it may be that now that I can see that we may be, I don't know if we're the same age or not, but I'm very aware of having been further on in years that my attitudes towards things have changed a lot. And so there were things, like when I was young, I did a lot of unskillful things. I'm not into doing those things anymore. I'm very far beyond that kind of unskillful behavior. And yet at the same time, there may be some ways in which what I'm capable of right now is still limited because something I did in the past and I've not really taken care of it. If I haven't really taken care of it, if I haven't fully seen and understood it, acknowledged, then it can continue to be like an anchor holding me down, holding me back, blocking progress. So, all of the things, the ordinary things that we know to do to try to make amends if we can, even if somebody's done something unskillful, sometimes I know it's traditional in Buddhism to advise them to try to do something opposite. So if somebody has killed an animal or something and they feel remorse about that, if they would undertake doing some activities to protect animals, and it just helps to refresh the mind. But the main thing is to know that the important karma is the karma that you do right now. And if there's something in the past which is still pulling you back, then examine that with compassion and kindness. Examine and look, understand it fully, and then just merely that understanding and will help a lot. But the most important karma is the karma that you're doing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll call on Ananaya.
Just as maybe a follow-up or a suggestion, I have found for myself that using metta phrases is very helpful in dealing with past circumstances, whether it was something that I did that was very unskillful or if others have done something to me that I considered hurtful and unskillful. And you can make the phrase, you can say, make it up yourself, whatever. But one that was suggested to me a while ago was, may I love and accept myself just as I am in this present moment. And you use that almost like a mantra. And if anything is disturbing or if the circumstance comes up, you say this phrase, and over time, it really will put that in the past and leave it there, and not, you don't have to revisit it anymore and feel remorse over or pain over those kind of circumstances.
Thank you. Somebody has submitted a question to give an example of counterbalancing behavior for the other precepts. The third, if you have to pick just one. So from my personal experience, what I do about my previous sexual misconduct. Well, you can see what I did. I became a bhikkhuni and undertook the brahmacharya life. The third precept is very much about respecting the dignity of a person, the dignity of their body, and not using one's sexuality to exploit or take advantage of anybody. And I would say that doing something to protect and care for anybody who's been harmed in that way, to understand them and to help to relieve the pain of someone who's been victimized in that way. Many years ago, I had a friend who had been sexually abused as a child. And the thing that was kind of like crucial to her experience with that trauma was that when she told, it came out, she told her parents about it. So her parents found out. And her parents did not sweep it under the rug, as all too often happens, that children are not believed. And because they believed and they prosecuted the perpetrator and they took the child to therapy and they made a lot of efforts to say this is a real situation, really let's to actually take care of it to the best of their ability, to restore the dignity of the person for that child at that time, who then was able to go on and become, as far as I could see, an adult who was not suffering so much from the post-traumatic illness from that experience. And so that's just something that would come to mind if somebody wants to think of a way of just shifting the dynamic. If someone is presently in the throes of a unskillful romantic or sexual situation, or has trouble controlling their sexuality, then I advise them to see if they could get a job working in a hospital where they would have to see people who were ill and try to be helping with people who come into the hospital with their injuries and their illness, or even people who are coming into the hospital who are close to death. That kind of exposure to the old age, sickness, and death that can beset the body is a wonderful cure for sex addiction. So that would be another kind of a behavior that, or an activity that one could do in addition to practicing mindfulness, developing wisdom, and making the adhitthana about giving up the behavior that we know. We know, if we think about it, we know that it's harmful to us and harmful to others. So I think that may be enough with the questions for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for your participation and your patient sharing, patient listening today. And Nyada, if you stay afterwards, I'll talk to you afterwards. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the blessed one. The teachings so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha.
Sadhu, and thank you, Ayya.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Okay, good night, everybody. Sambe Buddha Bala Bhatta Pache Kananjayam Balam Avahantananjate Jena Rakam Bandami Sabaso. Nyada, I wish we can talk afterwards sometime. Set a time to have questions about come during Navasa with us at Dhamma Journey Monastery. Do you know about this?
Yes.
I'm speaking
It's
to
still
the
secret. I will talk.
Venerable
Hi,
Katrina is our
Sadhu.
visitors coordinator.
Yes, we can talk sometime.
It's kind of like I've been talked to Ajahn Tataloka. She probably not let you know yet, but here the Sangha bring it up, like you give us invitation. Who will want to come and in US to do Vasa? I say yes, I'm interested, of course, because I've been there. So, and then right now they're busy with a new ordain, so I cannot bring it up to them yet. But what my question is, I want to know the detail of ordain, because after Vasa is I met 2 years and I'm ready to be ordained. And if I ordain, do I need to stay with you for 2 years? Correct? Yes or no?
Well,
You don't know yet.
well, you need to attend on your preceptor for 2 years.
A visa?
Preceptor,
I am a citizen of USA.
your Pawatini, Upajaya.
Oh, Pawatini, yes.
Yes,
They're the one bring it up to, yes, okay. So
Yes.
what do I
So-
need from the Pawatini?
Well, you have to stay with your Pawatini for 2 years. Or else the Bhavatini must give you permission. If you want to do something else, need permission from the Bhavatini. So you have to talk to the Bhavatini about that.
Yes.
Um,
And what I say is they are the one bring this attention to the whole meeting one night after the night prayer, right? And they said, you here US invite some of us who interesting to do Vassa, or even somebody who interesting to do ordain with Ajahn Tataloka, and she willing to do ordain for whoever qualify and would like to do that. And my question is, if I decide to do ordain with USA, do I need to stay in USA after that for 2 years? You don't
yes.
have that rule, don't you?
You must stay with your
Okay.
Pavatini or have your Pavatini's permission to go somewhere else. So if your Pavatini wants you to stay in
That's
USA,
right, that's right.
then you must stay in USA. If
They
your
can,
Pavatini says you can
yes.
go to Thailand, then you can go, but you must have her permission or you must stay with her.
Ah, I see. To stay in US after all that is depend upon to the Pawatini at Nirodharam, correct?
If
That's what you say, right?
If you ordain in USA with Ayya Tataloka, then she would be your Pavatini, and she would have to tell you. So she would decide
okay.
if she is
So
your
that's why I have to stay
Pavatini,
with
she
her for
would
2 years.
decide.
Right. Yes. Okay. And what do I need to prepare to bring with me before I go? If everything got correct permission, if everyone here said, yeah, you can go, what do I need? What document do I need to bring with me?
Okay. Well, first, also Dhamma needs to decide, do we have about this? We need to talk as a community about this.
Okay.
So that also needs to happen before, it's not only permission from Nirodharam, it's also from Dhamma.
Yes.
So we can talk about that, but I can't tell you. It has to be our whole community together has to decide about that.
Yes. I understand. So here too, I have to bring it up one more time for them to, the whole Sangha have to be say yes for me to go do Vassa or do ordering with you. But so far, 2 leaders have bring up this thing to us, and I'm only one that be able, let me put it this way, be able to come because I carry 2 citizens.
Yes.
So, but now the detail, that's what I need to kind of like aware to prepare before I go. So it don't kind of like, like, oof, I forgot that, I forgot this, But anyhow, I know I have to ask permission for the whole Sangha. This is right for me to go. Are you gonna permission me to go USA as far as the whole thing is? But right now, I just kind of like want to kind of like get the idea. What do I need to bring? To be prepared before, ahead of time. That's all.
Well, you bring yourself, you bring your robe and your bowl and your ordination certificate. I think that's really all.
Okay. Ordination certificates?
Do
Which
you
is
have
I have to ask
certificate?
my permission or the host. I don't
With your
hear anybody.
when you became your Sikamana or Samaneri?
Yes. Sikamana.
Yes. Do you have a certificate that says what was the date and it has your picture and your name and who ordained you? You have certificate like that?
They seem like everyone have the responsibility. Remember your day to become Sikamana. When is the time to you to be ordained? You have to let us know. But I don't see any kind of document, like so-called certificates. But I can ask them. I can ask them for. Okay.
Yeah, it would
So
be, it's normal that that there should be a
they should
certificate
have.
like that.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's the thing that I need to prepare. And anything else, the bowl, of course, everyone have to have or bring the bowl. It's the rule.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
your
There's not really something special, especially if you are a U.S. citizen already. Then that's
yes,
easy for
that's easy for
no
me.
visa.
Right, right. So
But
are you
we
okay with that?
well
Are you okay?
we I need to discuss with the sangha. I can't say myself. I need to discuss with the sangha here.
Yes, I know. I mean, in the general, are you okay with your winter retreat? Are you on winter retreat right now? Correct?
Yes, yes, we are.
When are you come out from the retreat? I forgot. 2 months from now?
Yeah, end of March.
On the March. So, but now you allowed to discuss, I mean, private talk or private conversation, correct or not? Not really.
It's better if we can discuss after the winter retreat, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I bring it up. So
Yeah,
you
but
need to stay silent, correct?
yeah, it's better to not have
And
these.
any kind of discussion or anything to bother your mind,
Right.
correct?
It's good to know
Okay.
that you're interested and we can discuss,
Yes.
but
All right.
it might be after
Yes.
winter retreat would be better.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, y'all. I hope you enjoy your winter retreat and I
Okay.
wish you all well and healthy. Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night.